What's up, everybody? It's Jose. Welcome back to another video. Today, we have a special guest, Peter, the builder of this beautiful modern villa overlooking the Hudson River with bridge views. I mean, wow, man, I'm so excited to walk through to this house, man. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, man, I look forward to walking through it and you letting us know all about your vision and the experience that you're creating and you're cooking up with this beautiful design.
Thank you. So here is going to be mainly storage for the home, family storage, and a wine cellar.
Right.
Remember how I had a lounge in the other side?
Right.
Same thing, same concept, but this time the lounge will be a wine cellar.
Ah, okay.
I haven't quite decided where to fit. I can't fit it. I haven't decided where to fit. I might fit it in some corners, or maybe over there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, the good thing is that on the other side, you had the stairs here, but since
Yeah,
you don't have the stairs
exactly.
here, then possibly this could be a
Possibly
good spot.
this could be a good spot.
Yeah,
The only thing is there is a front, there's a side door, but I think the side door, oh yeah, I can do it here. Oh, why do I have this? Oh yeah, I can do it here. There's a side door coming from the outside, but there's no stairs.
Ah, okay.
So it's fine. So the other one is cathedral. The walls go straight up because there's nothing here but stairs in the other one. So it's a little bit of a grander look. But yeah, same concept. So this might be the wine cellar.
Okay, and this one's enclosed because...
Same 7 foot
Got
ceiling.
it.
But this will be the wine cellar. There might be a small TV there. So this will be perfect for a wine cellar and a TV. There'll be a little TV wall there.
Got it. Wow,
And then
man.
all that storage for the personal house storage, all this storage. Equipment, all your utilities like water line, that black pipe is water line.
Right.
One,
Radiant heat as
Radiant,
well?
yep. So we have radiant. Those radiant tubes are coming from the basement floor over there.
Uh-huh.
So there's two zones. There's all the zones here and all the zones there. You have basically a setup here and a setup there.
Got
Two
it.
different separate setups.
Got it.
These are geothermal pipes.
Okay.
So the house is actually also consuming energy from the earth. So the way it works is this. The earth is always at a constant 50 degrees Fahrenheit. When you go below the sweet spot, depending on where you are, it could be between 6 to 12 feet. It
Right.
has a constant temperature all year round.
50 degrees Fahrenheit.
About 50 degrees Fahrenheit in this area. Because it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
All seasons.
All year round. So what does that tell you? Well, if it's, let's say upstairs in summer, dead of summer, it's 90 degrees outside. If you take your fluid and put it down there with 90 degrees, it's going to come up about, it'll be colder, like 50.
Right.
You then mix it with your air, in your air handler, and all of a sudden you have 55 or 60 degree air coming in.
Depending on where you set it
Depending
at.
where you set it, you now have air conditioning.
Right.
free.
Wow. Okay.
In winter, it's the exact same concept, but the opposite, right? Winter, it might be 0 degrees outside.
Right.
But you already got 50. So now you only have to bring your house up to 50 for free, and your heating system only has to go from 50 to 70.
70, yeah.
So your
About
utility
21.
bill is that much lower.
Yeah.
Then the entire roof structure, because of the way the house is oriented, it's oriented to the southern sky. The entire roof is solar powered. So that solar power, we think will take you the extra 20%.
Right.
The net effect should be a net zero.
So that's very efficient because you're not only using the energy that you're getting from the ground, but you're also utilizing the sun.
Solar. Yep.
Wow.
By the time we're finished, we're not off the grid. We're still connected to the grid as a main. You have to, just in case.
Right.
But the hope is that the goal is that we actually produce so much electricity on this house, we'll be selling electricity back into the grid. Hopefully they'll be paying us money to live here, not the other way around, paying them money.
Yeah. They reimburse you if that happens,
They
right?
reimburse you at a different rate. They
Got it.
They don't do a one-to-one. They'll sell you at one price, but they reimburse you at a lower price.
Got it,
So
got
they're
it.
pretty sneaky.
Yeah.
The other thing is that because of that scenario, we also want to make sure we have both gas and electric in the house. So everything is dual. So the appliances will be like the cooker. There'll be a gas stub and an electric stub. So if you choose you want to use electric, you can use electric. If you want to use gas, you can use gas, whichever one you prefer.
Yeah.
In some places, electric might work out being cheaper if you have all solar power.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is a house of many options because
The goal
there are
is to-
many different things that you can utilize this space for.
the goal is to make it, so we call it a modern villa.
Right.
A modern luxury villa, as opposed to your traditional house. This is a modern luxury villa. Everybody wants a big house, let me just tell you.
Right.
All this downsizing, tiny house, It's all bullshit. Everybody wants a big house. The reason why nobody ends up with a big house, because when they do the numbers, they realize, oh my God, a big house is very expensive tax-wise, but more important, it's very expensive to heat it and
The
cool
maintenance
it.
of everything.
The maintenance is a headache.
Yeah.
All right. So if you could make a house that was somewhat large, but maintenance-free, that's our goal. How do we get luxury, but make it maintenance-free so it feels on the pocket like a small house?
Right.
But it gives you the feel of a big house.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people say, no, I want a tiny house. Yeah, it's good for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're out.
Yeah.
Because they realize nobody wants to live in an elevator.
Well, living in this modern villa, you really feel like you're living the dream. With the views of the Hudson River, the views of the bridge. And also all the amenities that it already comes with, you know what I mean? Not only it being efficient with the geothermal system and everything else that it comes with, but also just the versatility of entertainment that you guys are gonna host here. I mean, it's truly remarkable. I haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, well, that's the idea, is that we want to wow people.
Yeah.
And we're only I would say we're about 60% of the way. Once the roof is on, we'll say we're 90% of the way. It's hard to explain everything because there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen, even what I've shown you, you haven't seen anything
I feel like there's a lot more to say.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more. The house, like I said, all our designs are theme-based. There's a theme for every part of the house. So there's an entertainment portion of the house. There's a wellness portion of the house.
Right.
There's a private family portion of the house. There's a storage part of the house. We try and all the living styles that a person would have. You know, some people when you're building a house, they'll say, well, what do you like to do? You like to entertain, or you like privacy, and people want to choose. You don't have to choose. With this one, you don't choose. You get everything.
Yeah.
You want to entertain, you entertain.
Yeah.
You want privacy, you have privacy.
You just choose one.
You just choose which one you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people change their minds.
Yeah.
Right now we're below the kitchen deck. The kitchen would be right. I'm sorry, not kitchen. I'm sorry. The lounge, living room. The lounge is right there.
The living room lounge is right there.
Indoor lounge. Then
there's
this is the
a
outdoor.
deck.
We're right below the outdoor lounge.
Got it. So there's gonna be a deck above here,
Right.
sealed.
Sealed, yeah, waterproof, yeah.
Right.
Waterproof.
Right. Okay.
Now that's not because I like to do it, but because they made me do it.
Ah.
They want to capture every drop of water, and they want it taken away.
Right.
Nothing can go there. So this deck is waterproofed, and the water will all congregate to pipes, and all the drainage is in. Gigantic drainage. You see all the green pipes?
Yeah.
That's for all the drainage.
That's the catch base, right?
Well, everything leads to those big tanks. You see all these green pipes?
Right.
All of them is for water, to catch all the water.
Right,
Not
right,
one
right.
drop is allowed to go to the neighbor's house.
You know, it's interesting because looking at this beautiful house and the beautiful vision that's behind it, once it's all said and done, one may come in and just kind of open up their arms, relax, say, wow, this is so beautiful. But
Yeah.
I see that there's so many intricacies that goes into like applying for the permits, the requirements,
yes.
all these little things that people don't see.
They don't see.
And for the builder, they just have to figure it out.
Just
you know?
have to eat it. And unfortunately, we have to pass the cost on to the buyer, to the seller, or to who ends up owning the house. We have to pass it.
Right.
It's a shame, but I mean, from sitting on the zoning board myself, I can't see from their perspective. Their goal is to make sure whatever house you build is safe
Right.
and free from lawsuits, because they don't want to be sued.
Right.
If they give you a C of O, they're taking ownership that this house is livable.
Right.
Somebody comes in here and God forbid something happens, they're getting sued. So they don't care to shut you down if you don't follow what they consider as a safe. This is all about safety. And because I was on the zoning board, we never had a fight.
Right.
If they said, Peter, we want you to do this, I said, say no more.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
The only problem for me is that it's a cost.
Yeah.
But
right.
I know where they're coming from.
But I think you bought the right property, because
Yeah, we got it
despite
right
of the cost, I feel like it's going to be a good project.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good project. So we're coming now down to the deck overhanging. So the living room was above us. That was one side, and that's the other side.
Right.
That's the outdoor lounge, and this is the outdoor dining.
Got it.
The outdoor dining overlooks the views as well.
Outdoor dining is up here.
Yeah, right up here.
Okay.
It's a deck, but I call it outdoor dining
Got it.
because the barbecue grill equipment is somewhere over there.
Got it.
So I call it outdoor dining. Indoor dining is right across
Yeah.
over there. What else about it? Yeah, so it's going to be an Ipe wood deck. It's a wood deck. The concrete pillars are that big only because they go down. Guess how deep the footing is for that?
From here down?
Yeah. Take a wild guess.
I'm going to highball it. 10 feet?
Yeah, we're close. About 14 feet.
14? All right.
So these are caissons. They're made out of cement blocks,
Okay.
but they go down 14 feet
Wow.
to virgin ground. And the reason why we had to go down 14 feet was that was how deep we had to go to touch something virgin. And the footings are 4 feet by 4 feet in area. And the way we built it was we actually built the cement blocks line by line, and as we did each line, we backfilled.
So the footings are underneath
14 feet down.
14 feet down.
So these pillars or piers are sitting on rebar that goes all the way down 14 feet.
Now, did you have to dig everything all the way to 14?
This is all filled.
Then fill it.
Yeah, so initially there was a natural slope, but natural slope had about 4 or 5 feet of just maybe fill, or it wasn't virgin.
Right.
So we had to take it out.
Right. Okay.
And excavate down.
So that's why you're saying it took
That's why
about
we got 14 feet.
Got it.
And then we built the house. We built the terrain from the bottom up.
Got it.
And as we get to a certain terrain, we do what we have to do. And if you see, everything has been done in steps. So now we're at that step. Now we're at the main floor step, and then we'll do the top floor.
Right.
And this is all ICF, what they call insulated concrete forms.
ICF. That's the insulation.
Yeah. So it doubles as your insulation, but also as your form when you're pouring in the concrete. So it holds all the concrete in place while you're pouring. But the benefit is that once you're finished, you don't have to do any more insulation. Your insulation is done. So once we finish the next floor, we bring the sheetrock guys. Well, first we do electrical utilities, but the sheetrock guys go right on.
Right.
There's no framing.
They don't got to worry about the framing or anything like that. Yeah.
Straight walls, no crooked walls to worry about the wood being warped. You just go sheetrock right on.
Efficient, effective.
Yeah, it's fast. It takes time. The prep work is a lot of prep work to get this far. Also because it was our first time doing it. We were used to doing stick frames. This is our first time doing an ICF.
Well, when people want quality, you know.
Yeah, there's a little learning curve there.
Yeah.
So basically, that's going to be our opening.
Okay.
So now we come to the entertainment area of the house, which is the basement level. This is a sliding door.
Right, so big sliding door.
Big sliding door.
Okay.
Lounge seats here.
Lounge seats is going to be a screen right here?
Yeah, big screen.
TV?
It's going to be a big screen. I think it's going to be about 12 feet.
12 feet screen?
12 feet.
Wow.
It'll be a laser projector. Not projector, but laser.
Laser projector. Okay.
The lasers have they call it short throw laser.
Got it.
Whatever. Ultra short throw laser, whatever. But anyway, because with a laser TV and a special screen, it will be as bright as a traditional LCD screen.
Right.
Except for the fact that it will be way, way, way bigger and way, way, way cheaper.
Got it. You said you didn't like theaters, like
I don't
home
like
theaters.
I don't like enclosed theaters because one, I think it's a waste of space. People don't ever use them. The only time when they're used is when somebody wants to show off, hey, look at my theater.
Right.
But go there and there's never anybody there. It's always dark, dingy, dead place. So what we did instead, we took that idea and matched it with a lounging idea, and now we call it a lounge theater. So it's a lounge theater. So it's still a theater, but it's not an enclosed theater.
You gave it a little bit more life. It sounds like
more life, and not a dark, vampire type place.
Right.
You still have the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
So from here is our lounge. From this corner here, from this bump out corner, all the way there, that's our lounge. Our screen, you can go out.
Screen, couches,
sliding doors. Sliding door, that's your lounge.
And view.
And that's why it's designed like that, so you can have a view and the lounge. Now, the other thing about this that we try to capture is that if you had chairs sitting here, they can actually see the screen as well. So once you bring this door all the way open, people here could actually see.
So depending on how big your party is.
Your party can extend all the way out.
Exactly, okay.
And in fact, if you look at this drawing, that's the lounge right there. You see the chairs?
Yeah.
That's this sliding door right here. That's the deck. But below that is another lounge.
Got it.
There's another lounge that drops down.
Got it.
That lounge, you see the fire pit?
Right.
So it's like a U-shaped, like it's a depressed lounge, like a recessed lounge. So it goes straight as a recessed lounge.
That's over here.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, you see where those plywoods are between the green pipe and the plywoods?
Yes.
The lounge recesses down. You don't see that. You can't see the lounge from here.
It's an outdoor lounge.
It's an outdoor lounge.
Okay.
But a person from here can't see because you don't want it obstructing the views of people here.
And what's going to be on the outdoor lounge? What are you going to have
It's just
there?
sitting arrangement. It's a sitting
area.
It's a sitting lounge with
Maybe
a
fireplace.
Yeah, it's a fire pit
Okay.
right in the middle. You see a fire pit?
Got it.
There's a fire pit and there's a step. There's stairs. The stairs drops you down to the loop.
Got
the
it.
loop we talked about, the loop walkway.
Right.
And what you have here, you have here. You have both. You have two lounges. You have
Got it.
one here and one there. So
So
it's symmetrical.
that's like the story time lounge.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't tell you, but this lounge actually is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This is regular seating here. This is regular seating. There's also regular seating. But here is lounging. These are chaise lounges. These are your stretched out lounges. And this is the loop. Remember we talked about the loop? The loop is like this.
Right.
like that.
Right.
So these chaise lounges, and actually when this water pours out, it will actually pour right behind the lounges. So you have like a
waterfall
water
kind of
feature
effect.
feel.
Yeah.
And so
Behind the lounges.
yeah, right behind the lounges.
Wow.
So imagine this is a pool. The pool will be about this high. The lounges might be over here, and you just chaise lounges.
Got
But
it.
behind you is like the noise of water.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When we were walking through the house earlier, you
Yeah.
showed me where the pool was going to be. It was
Right.
here with the sliding doors and everything, right?
We'll go through that now. So this is your pool table. This is the pool room. I like pool. It's the
Yeah.
only thing I dream to own a pool
Yeah.
table. So this is pool table. So while you're shooting pool, you can watch the TV at the same time.
Yeah. I
And
got to
then-
challenge you to a billiards game.
Oh yeah, okay. And that's a game table.
Over here?
Yeah, small game table.
So what are you going to have? Like foosball or
No, the small game like card games.
poker? Okay.
Poker, it could be a poker or a Scrabble.
Gotcha,
But it's a
gotcha.
game. It's a small game table.
Gotcha.
That's what that's for.
Okay.
And that's a wet bar. There's a wet bar there. There's a wet bar over here.
So you mentioned that there's themes
Yeah, so
throughout
this
the
is all
house.
entertainment. This is from here.
That's
down,
what it seemed like. Yeah.
That's the goal. We try and I don't know if themes is the right word. We like to partition living styles, right? Or the activities, living activity styles. We like to partition them. All this is entertainment. From here straight out is entertainment. All entertainment. Right above, because people entertain sometimes in their kitchen, so this is still considered part of entertainment.
Right.
And then, actually, entertainment, and of course, this is a half toilet, so this is all entertainment. And then over here, this is where your wellness starts. Wellness starts from here all the way down.
Wellness.
And that's because wellness starts from swimming pool. Swimming pool is right here.
And what is this? This is going to be
This is a pool lounge.
Okay.
So everything is lounge-based.
Okay.
Everything is centered around the concept of a lounge.
Got it.
So this is a pool lounge, and we try to elevate the house to be just perfectly high enough to hide the roof of that house.
I see. Yeah. So this would be considered the pool lounge.
This is the pool lounge. And
Got
the pool lounge starts from this wall all the way out to that steel rod over there.
Right.
Below that steel rod on the outside is the chaise lounge. These chaise lounges here. This is where you can stretch out.
Got it. And it's going to have an infinity edge.
Yeah, so the infinity edge will be right here. Drop down about 4 feet will be the lounges, these chaise lounges. And there will be a little water. So when the water overfalls the wall over here, people in the chaise lounge will feel like a gentle breeze type thing.
Yeah.
And we're going for the noise of the water.
Will they get wet though?
No, they'll be like 2 feet away.
Yeah.
Because remember, the wall holding up the water has to be at least minimum 2 feet.
Okay.
So it'll be at least 2 feet away. And they'll catch space. But it's the noise we're trying to.
It would be
Get the
great for
noise.
meditation.
It's a
It'd be great for concentration, for
Right.
maybe even journaling, like just
Right.
being at peace.
Right. The
Yeah.
goal is not to get wet. The goal is to have a zen.
Water
area.
tends to bring that serenity feeling to
So
one's
this
life. Yes.
pool lounge, it's a zen-themed pool lounge. So picture this. That's the balcony from the foyer. The balcony from the foyer is right over there, curved. But another 10 feet above that is the deck, the sky deck. The sky deck comes all the way up to here, like where I'm standing.
Got it.
And it's curved. It curves in this way. See how it joins like this?
Yeah. Okay.
But embody one more flight. It's one more flight above this.
So it's on
20
it's on the second floor
it's
or
about 20
third
feet,
floor.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet tall, 20 feet high rather.
Got
Now this is your pool lounge. From there to there is your pool lounge. And it has a zen feel to it.
Got it.
All these columns will be wrapped in wood, nice wood columns.
Got it, got it.
And you have a big screen TV in there. So we're in the pool, swimming away, enjoying yourself, and you can watch football game or whatever.
And you mentioned something quite unique about the pool that you observe based on the hotels that you've traveled to worldwide, on how they're going about their pools and what they're doing and what you're integrating into your pool.
Yes, and most of the concepts that I've seen that are very, very popular, and this might be because of safety and whatnot, but most pools now are just one level. They're one level pools, they're not very deep. The deepest maybe 5 feet. For the average, they're like 3.5 to 4 feet deep.
Right.
We try to keep that concept the same. So this entire pool will be either 4.5 feet deep or 5 feet deep, but it'll be one level. It won't be different levels. It'll be just one level. It's not designed to be a gigantic pool.
Right.
Remember we talked about the wellness?
Right.
It's designed for you to at least do laps back and forth.
Right.
And get wet.
Right. And
It's
hang
not
out
for diving.
if you're, having some kind of a party or some kind of a, entertainment night. You can hang out here comfortably. You don't have to worry about the deep end. You could observe the TV screen from here. Have a good time.
Have a good time. Now, in the grand version of this house, remember I said this is the Akoka design. In the Akoka grand version of this, which is slightly bigger, there's actually a slide that slides down from that.
Oh, really?
From that deck, and slides because that one is a longer pool.
Ah, okay.
This is only 24 feet.
Got
The
it.
grand goes out another maybe 10 feet.
Got it.
But because it's wider, this is only 10 foot wide. The grand is wider, it's about 14 feet
So you
wide.
have
There's a
room
water
to-
slide.
Got
So
it.
it slides from up there and it slides into the edge of the pool.
Wow.
So you actually have a water slide.
That's awesome.
My other house had a water slide, that's how I know. So
Yeah.
I was going to put a water slide here, but the thing is, if you slide in, you need a certain amount of footage for the water to slow you down.
Yeah.
And 10 foot might not be enough.
Got it. Got it.
It's right at the limit.
Right.
12
right.
feet is what you need. At
Yeah.
least.
Well, I mean, I think that for the concept of the house and everything
Yeah.
that you're doing,
For this is perfect. You don't
yeah.
have to go too crazy.
Yeah, and I could just imagine here, just chilling on the infinity side,
Yeah.
looking at the bridge, looking at the view. I mean,
Now,
it's truly remarkable.
now look at where you are. Look at where you are. Just keep your eye level where you are. If you're in the pool, that would be the eye level that you'd be at when you're standing in the pool, right? And you
So
see-
this would be the height of.
Yeah, the water would be just a little higher. The water would be about here. So that would be your eye level. And if you look straight, you can see the move. You can see the TV screen.
Right.
And you can also enjoy the view.
The view, yep.
But you won't be able to see the chaise lounges. Chaise lounges will be right behind these rocks.
Okay, so you're gonna dig.
No, it's ready to go. If you stand up, you can see.
Oh, okay.
It's only about, from that wall to the lounge is about 2 or 3 feet.
I see.
But there'll be enough distance that you'll hear the water, but the water won't splash on you.
I see.
So the chaise lounges are right here. The chaise lounges are right here, and they go out about 6 feet.
I see.
And they're just lounge chairs. There's nothing.
Right.
There's nothing
right,
to them.
right.
Just lounge chairs.
Right.
The folding lounge. That's all they are.
Yeah.
But we're going to just level this, pad it nice, and then so the chaise lounges sit on the loop. This is the loop. The loop goes all around,
All around. Yeah.
and then
yeah,
you're
yeah,
back over there. So most houses on a hillside, the challenge is how do you provide a backyard? I think we've gone beyond that. We have a backyard and we have 2 side yards, 2 reasonably good side yards, and we also accomplish a private driveway, which no house, except for this one, no house has a decent private driveway.
Right.
The other houses have scary driveways,
It's too steep.
too steep. This one, and I have to actually, my neighbor, fantastic guy, I learned a lot from him because he built his own house also.
Ah, so he built that one.
He built it.
Got it.
Because you see, when you build a house in a terrain you're not sure of, you need to understand the history of the ground. Soil testing is only as good as the first few inches of what you can test.
Right.
But what's below, what's 2 feet down, you don't know.
Right.
You have to do what they call core sampling. Core sampling could get expensive. But what you could do is ask someone that just built
That
right
has
next
the
door.
experience,
That has,
yes.
and knows what's there.
Yeah. And
So
they probably have records too of when they built.
I
so
was
you
able
could
to
probably look at
consult
that.
him, and he kind of gave me a good feel. So I knew where to check. So we were testing the ground, we knew where to check. And the ground was, that's how we knew we had to dig down 14 feet
Got it.
to get to virgin. Because we know virgin for us, Virgin will be close to his Virgin.
Was that after you purchased the lot or before?
No, after I purchased.
After you purchased, okay.
All this due diligence. When I bought the land, it was just a slope. You see up there how it is?
Right.
You see how it sloped up there? That's exactly how this was.
Got it.
I was the fourth owner to own this. Everyone had brought their builders and everyone shook down.
It was too hard for them.
It's either too hard, it'll cost too much, whatever. But I don't think anyone saw the vision.
Yeah.
I know when I brought the building inspector over here after I started grading, he said, "Oh, I didn't know this land was level." I said, "It wasn't. It is now." Well, it's stepped.
Right.
But it wasn't like this before.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. You had to have the spirit to actually tackle this the way
And
you
I think
did.
the thick skin also.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the pool lounge, and it's like and the theme is it's a Zen theme.
So we just came from the
Yeah.
pool lounge area,
Yeah, we came back in
Right.
over here.
came back into, you could say, the right wing of the house.
So you can see the right wing of the house.
Right. Okay. So now we're at the right wing. So
We're-
this is the wellness area.
This is a wellness area.
So what is the wellness area?
So the wellness area is basically where you have your wellness stuff, like gym, spa,
So you're gonna have a sauna outside. There's gonna be a gym.
sauna outside. This is the gym. The gym is from here.
Hopefully you're gonna put up a couple of boxing bags. You know.
They can hang anywhere. So your gym goes from here straight out to those two pillars.
Yeah. So it's gonna be from here,
From about here
all the way
out
outside
to those two pillars.
to these two pillars, and so
And there
okay.
you have a sunken spa.
And then above this is gonna be a deck,
Right.
overlooking the river, overlooking the
Overlooking
bridge,
the river. Yep.
the mountains.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. And
I
then
know-
the outdoor natural sauna, we could call it,
Yeah, we'll be in this corner.
would be in this corner here.
Right.
Okay.
It'll be a small one.
And
Maybe-
what are you gonna put here for floor?
So this is going to be Ipe wood decking. It's
Got
called Ipe.
Ipe.
All the decks are wood because we want to keep it warm. We could go tile, but tile wouldn't be warm.
Yeah.
It would be cold.
Yeah.
We have enough tile going on the inside.
Right.
So we want to break it up. So this will be wood. So this will
Got
be
it.
Ipe wood. The deck will also be Ipe wood.
Ipe wood. Okay.
So Ipe wood, IPE it's also called Brazilian walnut or Brazilian cherry, I forget. But the advantage of it is that you can walk on it barefooted and not get splinters. And it's very low maintenance.
Okay.
It requires an oil. If you want to keep, so Ipe wood will age to a natural silver gray by itself without you doing anything.
Got it.
And some people like that because they want a gray tone.
Right.
But if you want the natural chocolate tone, you have to oil it every 2 years.
Oil it.
Oil
Okay.
it. That's
Not
it.
stain it.
Not stain it, oil it.
Oil it.
It's just oil. It's an Ipe oil. You oil it, and some people say it'll last even 5 years. But
So it sounds like low maintenance.
it's low maintenance. But there's no splinters. The beauty is that you have the beauty of wood with no splinters. Here's another thing: it doesn't get hot. Ipe will actually not get hot, and it will not burn either. So you could actually have a fire pit on top of Ipe.
Really?
Because it doesn't catch fire. It used to be called ironwood. In the old days, they used to try and make boats out of it. Then they realized they couldn't because it was too heavy. The boats would sink. But it's called ironwood. And it is very, very, very strong.
Got
Some
it.
people call it steel wood.
Got
It's
it.
as strong as steel or as strong as iron. But anyway, this will be Ipe. The deck above will be Ipe. These columns will actually illuminate at night. They're concrete columns.
Illuminate at night.
Yeah. You see these things? Those are for LED. If you look like the ones we've stripped, you can see the things. See the lines?
LED.
You see the lines in the middle?
Yes.
That's for the LED columns.
Got
the
it.
LED lighting.
So you're doing it in all the columns?
All of them. So those columns will illuminate at night. Now it'll be stuccoed. It won't stay like that. We're going to stucco it, but those crevices are for the LED lighting,
Right.
and they'll illuminate at night.
Wow.
So-
Okay. It's one thing to build a big house, but it's another thing to build a big house with thought and also utilizing quality materials,
Right.
Because there's a lot of builders that build, to maybe flip and
Right.
not necessarily think about all the specific details. Like even what we were talking about the Ipe wood, right?
Right.
How many zones did you say? 22, 24?
We have about 24 zones of heat and cooling.
You're really, it's not just about the house, it's about the experience that you're building.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the main difference that I'm getting at after walking through, the whole villa with you.
Right.
It's truly remarkable what
Right.
you're doing here.
Well, thank you. It's like I said, this is one of 10 different designs we have. This is the first one of this design. and this will be a model of that design, that specific design. Like I said, all the designs fit a specific type of terrain. We don't say pick a house and then force the house to fit the terrain. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure the terrain defines what the house is going to be. So we look at the terrain, and then we decide which house fits that terrain, as opposed to forcing the terrain to fit the house. We try and do it the other way around. Some builders will have an idea of a house that they want to build, and they'll try and force the terrain to fit the house. In our concept, that's wrong. The house should fit the terrain, not the other way around. So this house was inspired by this terrain. And we know this terrain will come up again. There are lots of terrains that are very similar to this, where you have all the views on one side and no views on the other side. And there's some homes where you have views on all sides, in which case this house would not fit in those terrains.
Right.
A house where you have the views only on one side and the southern sky also just on one side because you want the solar power. This is the only house that will fit, in our opinion, that kind of terrain. And also, if you notice, the house is shaped because it's also a retaining wall. This house is also behaving as a retaining wall to hold back the mountain. So we're killing two birds with one stone.
Right, right.
And we try and maximize, even though we say it's a big house, it's not really a big house. We just try to make sure every single square footage is utilized. There's no wasted space. And if we can utilize a space as a dual space, like that could be a part of the gym, it could also be a guest room. So we try to have a dual use of all of the spaces that we have.
Right, right.
Not waste anything.
Right.
And believe me, this house initially was 6,000 or 7,000. I tried my best to get it smaller because my goal was never to build a big house. In fact, I tell people that the magic number was 4. We wanted to be in the 4s.
Got
the
it.
square footage. I tried everything possible.
Why didn't it work out?
It didn't work out because of the terrain of what we had to do to stabilize the home.
Right.
And also because we wanted to fit in 4 cars.
Yeah.
To have it 2. If you notice, we don't have much parking on the road, so we have to offset that with more space to park the cars.
Right.
So if we had to park cars, we need to have space for it. So you have 4-car garage, but you also have space for other cars along the driveway. If you come down the driveway, you see the driveway is double wide.
Right, right.
So cars can actually park on one side without actually obstructing the homeowners from driving through.
Right, right, right.
And if we absolutely had to, even though we don't have to, you can actually bring a car all the way down, if we had to.
Yeah.
Because that will take big, heavy-duty equipment.
Right.
So we could park.
Yeah. There's enough parking.
Yeah.
There's enough parking. That's good because I like cars. So.
Yeah. So I tried my best to get it down. I couldn't get it under 5. I tried my best. So we're somewhere a little over 5.
Hey, I mean, you know, you fit the terrain. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Also, don't forget, because of terrain, they count the square footage of the basement. So if you were in a traditional house, this would be a 3,600 square foot house. The only reason why it's 54 is because the basement is counted. That's it. Most houses, the basement are not counted.
Right.
But because of the way the terrain is and you have a walkout everywhere, they had to count.
That would count as finished.
As finished, they had to count it.
Got
and
it.
that's why we're 54.
Got it.
Otherwise, we're not 54, we're 36. So I got to count within, I didn't want it too big.
Yeah.
But it was hard because you had to squeeze in. You can't build a house on its side on a mountainside and not have a walkout.
Right.
That would be like sacrilegious.
Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, so far, I think you're doing an incredible job, right? And I can't wait to see how it's all going to pan out, you know, once it's all said and done. I mean,
It'll be a nice siding. It'll be all stone-clad siding.
Yeah.
With some accents of wood trim.
Oh, nice.
But mainly stone. This will be like a light colored stone.
Yeah.
And a lot of glass. Like this is all glass.
Yeah.
You
you mentioned something about the windows inside.
Oh yeah, let's go there. So we're pretty much, this is the wellness. So we're going back across the wellness. We didn't talk about this. That's the elevator.
Elevator.
Shaft. Yeah, that's the elevator shaft. And if you notice, it's all glass. So when you're going up the elevator.
And what is this? This is a window here?
Yeah, it's a glass window straight up. Remember we had the other one for the stairwell.
Yeah.
Same 22 feet.
22 feet window.
Yeah.
Glass elevator.
Glass elevator, 20 feet. So this goes straight up. And then your elevator goes, the elevator is glass, and you're looking out the window.
Wow.
And the elevator is mounted on steel beams that sit over here. 2 steel tie in there.
All the way to the
takes the elevator straight up, and you go in. The entry is over here.
That's nice.
And it's a sliding door entry. You see how they have that home elevators? Those
Yeah, the
funny-looking
little dingy
cages,
ones.
Cage
Yeah.
doors. I don't like
Yeah.
that. We have actual sliding doors in a commercial, just so it slides.
Right,
You
right.
walk in, and it's two persons, so it can actually fit a wheelchair on one person.
Oh, okay.
In New York State, that's the code. You can't have an elevator that cannot fit a wheelchair.
Handicap accessible.
Handicap
it has
accessible,
to be.
must
I got
be.
it. Okay.
So that's a two-person elevator shaft.
But that's nice because, like you were saying, I've seen the other small little elevators that you
Yeah.
have, but this is an actual luxury elevator. We
it's
get
a,
a
it's
view.
it's a small elevator, but it's not doesn't have those dingy, ugly doors.
Right.
Looks like you're going into like a prison, and you have the cage. And
Yeah.
this one is a regular.
That's
elevator.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So that's that, and then so we're walking past again. That's your movie screen for the pool lounge. That's your guest half bath over there. That's a half bath
Half bath here.
and a wet bar.
Wet bar.
Yeah, wet bar comes out to be about there. That's your stairwell to go upstairs. So again, you have the open views. So it's mirrored. It's exactly on the other side. Same exact thing.
Yeah.
So the house is symmetrical. Now the Acoca Grand is even more symmetrical because the Acoca Grand has a bump out exactly like that one on that
On
side.
the other side.
Right.
Got it.
This one doesn't.
Got it.
And then the smaller one, the mini one, doesn't have that bump out. The house will be just smaller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
That
you
whole
said, to fit the location and to
Fit the
fit the
location.
terrain, this is perfect.
Yeah, this is perfect for this one.
This is perfect. What else do you want, man? Like, there's a lot already that's
I wish I could
going
fit the
on.
pool
Yeah.
slide, but can't fit it.
Yeah. Well.
Well,
I
I can,
mean,
actually I can fit it. I can fit a pool slide if someone has an extra 50 grand to give me. I can slide over there.
I don't
behind the
think
chaise
I don't
lounges.
think somebody's gonna come to the house and say, "Well, there's a nice house, but you know what? It doesn't have a
There's a pool
slide, so
slide,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go look at the other house." Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna say that.
So I mean that's a house in a nutshell.
Yeah.
The terrain is what cost us a lot of time and money because we've been on this. We started framing all this stuff in June last year.
Right.
We shut down for winter, and we should be another 3 months to get the roof on. And then, like I said, that will be the biggest hurdle. But then once we do the inside, we expect that to go really fast because it's all sheetrock.
Right.
There's no more framing. There's no framing to do.
Well, the structure is the hardest part.
Structure is the hardest part. Yeah.
Structure is the hardest part.
Actually,
so.
foundation is the hardest part.
Right.
On a mountain. If you're doing a regular, then foundation is nothing.
Yeah.
But foundation on a mountain side, because you have to also. Another reason why we stopped in winter is that when you build on a mountainside or when you build on any terrain that's somewhat engineered, because this terrain was engineered, you usually want to wait one winter cycle and let things settle
And
before you
got
keep
it.
on going. That's another reason. That's another reason why we shut down in winter.
Got
We
it.
wanted to go through one winter cycle. Let everything, foundation-wise, go through one winter cycle. So it has to stabilize before we continue.
Right. Thank you, Peter, for walking us through the house and showing us around. I mean, again, I think it's an immaculate design that you have here. I think it's inspiring, especially for somebody like me. My brother and I were also very deep into real estate, and
Right.
this is inspiring, So
Yeah.
I really appreciate you doing this
Yep.
with us, and I look forward to seeing the progression, seeing what it's going to look like even 4 or 5 months from now, once the roof is on,
Yeah,
So
I'll have you guys back in a few weeks.
yeah.
By then, we should have this floor up. I can't wait to show you once you get the floors up, having this open span like this.
Yeah.
We're trying to minimize the amount of walls. If you notice, right here, there's no walls. Now, once the floor is on that, that's what they call a flush beam. Once the concrete floor is poured, you won't even see that beam. It's going to look like from there, from that ceiling all the way, just level, one floor. You won't even see any of these things.
Right.
Now, you might see a few of the, we might have some soffits around for the utilities and whatnot, but those will be in the corner.
Yeah.
But
those will
over
be
here,
flushed in.
it'll be all flush ceiling. It should be all flush.
Yeah.
And this is just, think of it as a retaining wall. It's one big cement block to hold back this mountain. That's what this entire is, just one big block to hold the mountain back.
Yeah. Well, you've gone deep enough, I think.
Yeah, I think we
I
went
think you guys did a great job with
we went
that.
far enough.
Again, like a lot of people see what happens, like how it looks outside, and oh wow, this is beautiful. But when it comes down to the roots of how everything was actually constructed, the permitting process, the back and forth negotiations, the conversations over the phone with you can't do this, and trying to figure out solutions to still keep your vision alive and allow yourself to build something like this, which is essentially a dream, right? However, it takes work, right? And one of the things that I mainly got out of my conversation with Peter walking through this this beautiful property is that one may have a dream, right? However, a dream becomes a reality when you actually put in all the work that happens in between from that dream transitioning into a reality. And that transition in and of itself is the actual beauty of it, because it emphasizes everything that has to be done so that the dream could actually come true. And this is what it is. This right here, this is a fucking dream come true.